Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a heavy but important topic: 10 US cities that experience significant white flight due to growing black populations. This is about history, demographics, and the social dynamics that shape these places. Buckle up, because we're going deep into some uncomfortable truths. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Before we begin, a quick note: this video is based on historical data and demographic shifts, not opinions. We're looking at cities where white populations declined sharply as black populations grew, often tied to systemic issues like redlining, economic changes, and racial tensions. Let's dive into the list. Number 10, St. Louis, Missouri. Starting at number 10, we have St. Louis, Missouri. In the mid-20th century, St. Louis was a bustling industrial hub. By 1950, it was about 18% black. But as black families moved into neighborhoods like Pruitt-Igoe, white residents began leaving for suburbs like Chesterfield. Between 1950 and 1980, the city lost nearly half its white population, while the black population grew to over 40%. Redlining and discriminatory housing policies fueled this divide. Today, St. Louis remains deeply segregated. Number 9, Cleveland, Ohio. Number 9 is Cleveland, Ohio. Post-World War II, Cleveland's black population surged due to the Great Migration. By 1970, areas like Hoff were predominantly black, and white families moved to suburbs like Parma. The city's white population dropped by over 30% from 1960 to 1980, while the black population hit 44%. Riots in the 1960s and economic decline didn't help. Cleveland's story is one of missed opportunities for integration. Number 8, Baltimore, Maryland. At number 8, Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore's black population grew steadily after the 1940s, reaching 46% by 1980. White residents fled to Baltimore County, leaving neighborhoods like Sandtown, Winchester mostly black. The city lost 20% of its white population in just 2 decades. Systemic issues like blockbusting, where realtors scared white homeowners into selling cheap, played a huge role. Number 7, Chicago, Illinois. Number 7 is Chicago, Illinois. The South Side and West Side became black strongholds during the Great Migration. By 1980, Chicago was 40% black, but white families poured into suburbs like Naperville. The city lost over 500,000 white residents between 1950 and 1990. Restrictive covenants and violent resistance to integration, like the 1966 Cicero riots, cemented Chicago's racial divide. Number 6, Atlanta, Georgia. At number 6, Atlanta, Georgia. Known as a black Mecca today, Atlanta's black population grew from 36% in 1960 to over 60% by 1990. White residents moved to suburbs like Marietta and Roswell, especially after desegregation in the 1970s. The city's white population dropped by 25% in that time. Atlanta's growth as a black cultural hub came at the cost of integrated neighborhoods. Number 5, Newark, New Jersey. Number 5 is Newark, New Jersey. Newark's black population exploded after the 1950s, hitting 54% by 1980. White residents fled to suburbs like Montclair after the 1967 riots, which left deep scars. The city lost 60% of its white population between 1950 and 1980. Economic decline and lack of investment made recovery tough. Number 4, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At number 4, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Philly's black population grew to 40% by 1980, concentrated in areas like North Philly. White families moved to suburbs like Bensalem, and the city lost 25% of its white population in 2 decades. Racial tensions, like the 1985 Move bombing, highlighted the city's struggles with race and policing. Number 3, Detroit, Michigan. Number 3 is Detroit, Michigan. Detroit's black population soared during the Great Migration, reaching 44% by 1980. White residents fled to suburbs like Warren after the 1967 riots, and the city lost over 60% of its white population between 1950 and 1990. Deindustrialization and redlining left Detroit one of the most segregated cities in America. Number 2, Washington, D.C. At number 2, Washington, D.C., once called Chocolate City, D.C.'s black population peaked at 71% in 1970. White residents moved to Arlington and Bethesda, dropping the white population by 40% from 1950 to 1980. Gentrification has since reversed some trends, but D.C.'s history of white flight is undeniable. Number 1, Gary, Indiana. And number 1 is Gary, Indiana. Gary's black population grew from 18% in 1950 to 70% by 1980, driven by jobs in steel mills. White residents fled to places like Merrillville, and the city lost 80% of its white population in 3 decades. Economic collapse and disinvestment left Gary a shadow of its former self. That's our list of 10 U.S. cities that saw massive white flight as black populations grew. These stories reflect deeper race, economics, and policy issues that still shape America today. What do you think about these trends? Please drop a comment below, and let's keep the conversation going. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and check out our other videos on urban history and social change.